So November 18th, 2022, I was walking through the woods, and that was kind of like my therapy. It always has been. Since I started looking for gems and rocks, I'd gotten even more out into nature. But that day I was at my lowest. I obviously had been disabled for almost 13 years by then. My pain was constant because the damage to my nerve happened during my first back surgery, and as of right now there's no cure for nerve damage. But the physical pain wasn't nearly the worst of it. I was in horrible mental and, most importantly, spiritual pain. My father had just had his second heart surgery, and my mother had just become paralyzed from a stroke. I didn't know it, but about a month and a half later, my mother-in-law would pass away from a stroke. And I'll explain to you the significance of how God came to me here in a minute. But being broke, being just depressed, and feeling worthless was the absolute rock bottom. So I started asking God. I was like, please, just show me a sign, just guide me. I was done asking for stuff because I knew after 13 years that God wasn't about giving you what you ask for. I didn't realize that was my ego. You have to excuse me, the pollen's still pretty strong around here, but that was my ego. My ego always thought, oh, if you could just heal me and I'll get back to work, or give me just enough money to get by, or whatever. Just asking for things like God was some spiritual ATM. So I asked God, I was like, please just guide me. I don't know what else to do. Just show me a sign. And a few minutes later, this happened. Hey, buddy. What you doing? Huh? What you doing, little girl? Oh, hello. Hello. You came to see me? Look at you, pretty. I know. Yes. What you doing? Checking out everything? You checking out everything? Oh, you're a sweetie, aren't you? Yes, you are. You're a sweetie. Yes. Yes, you're a sweetie. You're a sweetie. Yes, you are. Oh. Sweet girl. Dear, pretty girl. Pretty girl. I'm gonna pet you again. You wanna come hiking with me? Let's go hiking. I'll follow you, okay? You just wanted to get a drink, didn't you? I know. I thought you were a dog running up on me. You are such a pretty girl, aren't you? You want to go for a swim, don't you? It's too cold for that. You want to get back up where there's food? Come on. Let's go up here. Let's go up where there's food. Here, look, you can get right up here. Here, look at this. Come on, let's go down here. Let's go hiking. Let's go hiking. You sweet girl. You're a sweet girl. Probably a little too sweet. I don't like that there's hunting grounds around here for you. You're like somebody's pet. You're like somebody's pet. You trying to get across there? Are you going to swim? Go ahead. I want to see a deer swim. I want to see the deer swimming. You want to see the deer swim? Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm not going to jump in and save you. It's pretty cold. Come here. You done with the petting? Okay. It was nice meeting you. You want to follow me? Go hiking? Come on, let's go. Let's go. Want some scratchings? Can I scratch you again? Okay. I know. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Yes, you are. Okay, you lead the way. I'll follow you. Walking with my buddy. Walking with my buddy. As you can see, the lake is much more full now. We've had a lot more rain. That was during a dry season. But the reason the doe was the absolute perfect sign to send me, and the one that was with the most profound meaning. As I've talked about, my mom had just had the stroke and was paralyzed. My mother-in-law was about to pass. We didn't even know that yet, and I was already so broken that I don't know if my wife and I could have taken that. We were just both lost. Me especially. I'd always known there was something more, but I gave up on it. I gave up on myself. I gave up on God ever sending me any kind of sign to show me clearly what I needed to do. But the doe, if you look it up, is the spiritual symbol of motherly love, of peace, and of spiritual awakening. That was exactly the sign that I needed at that exact time. Now, I'm going to try to find some more of the videos that I had from this place. It seems I see something just amazing every time I come here. Today, a blue heron. And when I got here, a butterfly started circling me. Then a blue heron flew out across the lake. Then a cardinal landed right in front of me on the path. And then a bluebird flew out of one of the birch trees, the trees with the eyes all over it. It is something about this place that calls me. It always has since I found that first garnet. And I've always come back here when I felt the most lost, and always felt comforted somehow. But that day, I went from being broken completely, in constant pain, just not the person that I wanted to be at all. Not at all. And now I am the most thankful, happiest man alive. It was profound, and it changed my life forever. I didn't tell a lot of my friends and family. Well, I told my family because I called them up while the deer was walking right next to me. I called my wife up while the deer was walking right next to me. But I didn't ever tell them about the actual meaning it had for me. I come here and I see something like a hawk. I thought he was stuck on something, so I went over to try to help him. Turns out he had a squirrel, and then a barred owl flew right above him. The two were both just looking at that squirrel, then looking at me, and it was just an amazing sign. And what I do is I see these signs. I see whatever catches my attention during the day. when I walk in the woods, and you have to sit and think about it. At least I do. I remember everything I've seen, everything that sticks in my mind or pulls my focus in, and I ponder those things and I try to find what God is telling me at the time. A lot of it's about guidance, but now that I'm getting to know how to help others, it's about how to help them more now. Okay, we'll see if I can get any of the editing stuff to work. Hopefully I can. God bless you all.